It's me again in my same brown t-shirt, but I had an hour and I was just like, let's just mention all the stuff we want to mention. So in this video, this is like recent makeup favorites, the stuff that I have worn and used over and over again, and the things that I really recommend. A lot of it is Dior. I'm on a Dior makeup kick, which started, I never had much luck with Dior makeup until the holiday collection that came out this Christmas gone, the Golden Nights and stuff, and I just loved the rich colours and felt a bit braver to try like the raspberry Deorific lipstick and the, is it raspberry, shimmering rose or raspberry? And I tried a Dior Quint for the first time and I just loved the colour story, and people would always comment if I wore it. And yet you can make it wearable for now and carry it on when you're not in party mode. So in the past, I've never really gotten on with that many things in their kind of general makeup, but a few recent things that I bought, like a concealer, and you know I love my cushion makeup from Dior, just made me look again and try some things. And I know it's pricey, but I'm really loving it, and they have some other things too. So these are all quite new things that I've bought in the last sort of 6 weeks. But all of them are working out. So I've had other new stuff, but there's just not as much of a hit as these. So I'm going to do the Dior first. I really like the way this looks on the skin. This is the Dior Forever Foundation in the Glow. I bought this by mistake. I thought I was buying the... see, I can't even remember. There's a lot of different products in this Dior Forever. So there's like a hydrating one, which is what I thought I was buying. And then there's the more long weary kind of matte one. But actually it doesn't matter because I really like this. It's not glowy as in you look super dewy or there's any like built-in highlight sheen or anything like that. It just helps me to look more radiant and more glowy. And I'm always saying the same thing, but as you get older, or even if you're not older, for me, what I've realised is that I don't like, and I'm saying this, people are like for me, but I mean for everyone, it's just my opinion. I'm wearing a little bit of highlighter now, but I've got quite a sheer natural base. If you think that you can put really full-on heavy coverage foundation on, which looks a bit cakey, and then you can just put loads of highlighter on and people will think you look naturally glowy, you're not fooling anyone. You need to get your skin to glow from within, from your skincare and doing your makeup right, and then you'll have that glow. Whereas if you try to add the glow on with high octane highlighter, I personally don't think it looks great. But anyway, so the foundation is glowy and it just lasts for ages. It's easy to apply. I use a damp beauty blender with this one. I am too neutral in this, which is the same as in the Dior Forever concealer, which is a brilliant concealer. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. 24-hour wear, radiant perfection, skin caring, SPF 35. It is hydrating, it's nice, but it doesn't like slide off the face and like collect anywhere or anything like that. I really like this. If you have a very oily skin, I don't think you'd like that one. But if you're a normal combination, I think you'd be fine. You just might need to powder your T-zone. And to set that with, oh my God, this is probably, that's tricky. Let's just go back to that at the end. But I think this is the best product in this. It's not a haul, it's a recent favourites. This is the Dior Forever Cushion Powder in the lavender. So I had the loose powder from Fenty in the lavender. I really like that lilac-y toned powder for under the eye. I think it really brightens and doesn't make you look dull. I guess it's different on different skin tones, but it works for me. And I have a love-hate relationship with loose powders in that I think, oh, a loose powder, like I probably, even with this one, I wouldn't want to travel with a loose powder. I would be worried. But the way they've done this is so genius and it's not messy at all. So it's in the beautiful cushioned, like leather style compact. And then when you open it up, you've got a mirror and a little poof, which I wouldn't really use. And then under the flap, you've got it in a cushion. So it's behind this kind of bouncy mesh, and you just press your brush in and you don't get too much. So just before I did this video, I just got a little bit and I just kind of mattified under my eyes. It smells lovely. And again, it's one of those powders that after about a minute, you don't see any kind of dustiness. It just sets everything and soft focuses everything. And there's no crazy kick up around the edge, because I'm really uptight, like about, I mean, that's how much over there is. It's fine. Like, I don't like a big messy thing. I had the air spun, the coty powder. I had, as I said, the Fenty loose powder, and every time you opened the lid, it was all around the threads of the screw of the lid and stuff, and I just get I get the ick. This is just really compact and neat for a loose powder. They do the lavender, and then they do various skin matching shades, like, you know, light, medium, blah blah blah, but I just went for the lavender one. And on some people's skin tones, maybe it would look a bit grey because it is so cool toned, but for me, it really, I feel like it brightens up. So I'm really happy with this. Oh, and it feels like water. It's hydrating, even though it's a powder. So when you apply it, you get this little cold rush, as if you've put little droplets of refreshing liquid on your face. Crazy. It's so good, guys. I just, please, if you're looking for a powder, try a loose powder just one time. It's just so finely milled. Okay, one or two more Dior things I just want to talk about. The way I shop for makeup is I will see like a gap or something in my makeup routine where I'm not quite happy. Like, I don't like the way I'm doing my brows, or I don't have the perfect mascara, and then I go on the hunt for that product and I might buy a few. So I went through my Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow quads, and I realized that I had 2 or 3 that I wasn't using. Either they were old, or maybe they'd never performed that great in the first place and I just didn't really get it. I don't know, but there were a few of them that I just didn't really like the colors, or there was just too much shimmer and I never used them. So I kind of got rid of 2 of those, because, by the way, I have a strict 1 in, 1 out with makeup, so that my makeup collection is never getting bigger, because it's just, at one point it was too much. So I'll have like either a radical clear out, like I cleared out, what was it, 16 lipsticks, you know, a few months ago, and then I've bought like 4. So I know that I'm still at a net deficit. Whereas sometimes, like the things I'm showing you today, I have kept, and I'm going to show you the thing that's going. Okay. Anyway, so to replace them, I just felt like I wanted the perfect everyday eyeshadow situation. I bought the Wayne Goss palette. Now, I haven't got rid of that because I've only just got it, but it triggers me, it drives me nuts. Every time I want to use it, I love the colors, and everyone's raving about it. And I don't understand, but they're all like the big beauty bloggers and people who were probably sent it PR. I'm not saying they're lying, but I'm saying it gives you a feeling of goodwill. Probably that's where you're sort of coming from, and you want to not be negative, because those are it's just awful, the quality of those shadows. They are talky, dry, they're matte, but they're dusty. There's loads of fallout, and no one else that I've seen says that. But anyway, after that, I thought, I just want to find the perfect eyeshadow. Well, I thought, what do you use the most? So I looked in the drawer at my singles and my cream shadows, and I thought to myself, whenever I use that Dior 5 shadow mini palette, the Quint from Christmas, I will show you that one. It just, for me, I'm not good at doing eyeshadow, right? So it has to be good. It's this one. Yeah, I've got 2 more, right? So this one I bought out of the holiday collection, and I was really worried that some of the colors are a bit wild like this, but I find so many, you can just put one of these colors all over the lid and they're so nice on their own that it looks multidimensional and whatever. Or you can spend a bit more time and like do a lighter color, say that one, and then you can go into the crease with this one, or you can dab a bit of the gold or the white in the corner. Like, I can do so much with this. So I just thought, well, I love how those perform. So I got 2 more. So the first one I got was this one, which is Nude Dress. I was trying to get similar colors to the Wayne Goss, but in a better formula. That's that one. So it's like a peachy in the center. This is a great color, like a warm brown. And then these 2 are really neutral, but this is a bit more warm toned, kind of like this look that I've got on now. I've actually done this just with bronzer though. And then the other one that I got when I was in London, and yes, I'm supposed to be on a no buy August, and that just, well, I was good, and then I went to London and I went shopping. So, and I haven't done any more shopping since, but I did quite a bit of shopping in London. So this is the other one. This is soft cashmere, and that's more of those minky colours that I'm into at the moment. Just, I mean, but they're just so easy to work with and so buttery. And they, I don't know if they are, but they have that baked gelée vibe, which I've realised I find easier to work with powders that have been made in that way, because they don't really have fallout. They have glow, but in an expensive way. They don't kind of move and look creased and horrible later on. So the long version was what I just told you, but the short version is just get one of these quints and it will do you the whole season. Loads of looks. You only need 5. The days of, well, I know there are still makeup fans who are out there buying all these like footlongs, like it's like a footlong sub, you know, like these big Pat McGrath and Natasha Denona, and they get every palette that they put out, and I'm just like over it. I just like a small little quad or quint like that, but where I know I will wear all of the colours and it's easy to do. Okay, one more Dior thing. Oh no, there's 2. So this is similar packaging to the loose powder, but it's like patent, which I don't like as much, but like I didn't buy it for that. This is prettier, but whatever. And this is their new, the Dior Forever Couture Luminizer. So I like the original Nude or whatever it is, Luminizer, but this is sort of softer and not as, I was just saying, I like a really subtle highlight, and this is really subtle. I mean, I wouldn't apply it with my finger, I'm just showing you. It's hard to explain, like it gives a glow, like a crushed pearl glow, but it's satin rather than full-on shine, you know? And actually, for every day, I really like this. I like it on the eyelids. I like it as a highlighter. This one is in number 1 Nude, which was the most neutral one. There's quite a strong pink. There's like a baby pink. There's like a peachy tone. There's a rose gold coppery one, which I was really drawn to. But then I saw a video where someone said it was quite dark. And if you've got a light skin tone, when you turn, you could see the pigment of the product, not just the highlight. And, oh, excuse me. And I knew, as much as I love a rose gold highlighter, it would be too strong for me. And then someone told me that the Victoria Beckham Mercury one that I used to love when she had her collab with Estee Lauder, they've brought it back. It's even got the same colour, Modern Mercury, and this is in the Bronze Goddess range, but it is exactly the same product. So I had to get that. So that one is a lot more coppery, and it's a lot more, it's not shimmery or glittery, it's just more shiny. That's the word I was looking for. This is like, I mean, it's not a matte highlighter because there's no such thing, but it's just a bit flatter, which some people are like, no, I want that bang for my buck when I use a highlighter. So there is the Dior in Nude, number 1. And there is the Estee Lauder. So it's got more of a wet look shine to it. And that's quite a lot more rose goldy, quite a lot darker. Anyway, now I'm like a robot. Okay. I wish I'd bring wipes when I do this stuff. Okay, we're nearly there. So as part of some limited collection, I bought a blush actually, which I do like, but I didn't include it here because I've not really worn it enough to say that it is a massively standout favorite. But actually, the 2 times I did wear it, I did really love it. I'm looking at the clock because I have to go and get my kid from her activity. So there was this Birds of a Feather collection, and this is the blush 468 Rouge blush. And there were 2 blushes, I think, and this was the like more neutral one. It's quite a shimmery, highlighty blush, but it is in a neutral color. It's quite shimmery and it's got like a topper vibe to it. I like it, but if you're doing a very low-key day look, I felt like it was a bit glowy, but it's a lovely color. Very neutral, soft pink that's warm. It's not candy pink, so I do like that. And also in that collection were these liners that reviewers went crazy for. So this is the Dior Show 24-Hour Stylo Intense Waterproof Eyeliner, which is not a new product, but there are 3 limited colours that are tied into the Birds of a Feather, and this is 496 Iridescent Bronze. So I thought it had come without a lid, and then I realised that is the lid. So it is just a soft, I'm really into soft, neutral liners. It's so nice. It's like a minky bronze, and it's got some shimmer. I don't know if you can see that. It's not really catching the light there. It's really nice on, it's really flattering. And on the other end is a smudger tip, which is really handy. If you wanted to try a more neutral liner and you didn't want to shell out for a high-end one, this is a really good dupe for that. And it's the Scandalise Exaggerate Eye Definer in taupe. And it's actually really similar. It's a twist up. Or is that a twist up or is that a sharpen jobby? No, they're both twist ups. I'm going to do a line next to it. It's very, very similar. It's slightly grayer. It's less warm. So on the left is the Dior, and on the right, it's more of a gunmetal silvery taupe, but from a distance, it's going to look pretty similar, and they perform the same, to be honest. Only a couple more things. I've never bought anything from Mario before. I've got a Kim Kardashian blusher, but I saw this is one of the things that I saw on one of Lisa D ones. She's like my favorite all-time YouTuber, one of her videos, and she was saying that this creamy peach blush, she was just reaching for it over and over again, and it had kind of replaced, it's similar to the I'll show you in a minute, because the 1 in and 1 out rule, that one's going to go because it's 3 years old. So yeah, it's just such a great colour. It's a peachy corally colour, but it's subtle. The formula sits so nicely on the skin, and it's blendable, and it's very pigmented, but you can build it up. I'm wearing it today and it's just so nice. So the 1 in 1 out for that is, have I already taken it out? I think I've done it already. Yeah, the Luminoso. Who's that by? It's not Wet n Wild, is it? Oh, it'll come to Milani, the baked blush. Yeah, that was old, so I took that out. Yeah, and then a few of these things I already did get rid of things that weren't working for me, so they were like swaps. Another thing I'm quite liking, I'm not sure if it replaces this, so I do love my Hollywood Contour Wand from Charlotte Tilbury. It's got like a sponge tip, and it's so quick to do a quick contour. If you don't want to do bronzer, you just want to do blusher, but you want to shape your face a little bit, I like that. But this is a new product from Glossier called Solar Paint Luminous Bronzer Cream. So this isn't so much a contour, but I have been putting it there, and it's cool toned enough in this colour, which is Flare, to do that. So this is on a doe foot, whereas that's on a sponge, and it's kind of a bit more of a warm tan, whereas this one is strictly a contour for me because it is quite a grey tone. Oh god, it's been left open and there's just loads of it. I need to clean that up. There you can see, that's the contour, which is darker and it's cooler toned. That's the Solar one, but it is nice. You can dab it on and then blend it out like a stick bronzer. They've discontinued this. That's why I bought it. The Beach Stick from Charlotte Tilbury in Ibiza, which I love, but it doesn't stay on the skin. That stays on, so that's a good product. And you can control it a bit more. I like sticks, but sometimes when you use stick makeup, it drags the foundation underneath, and that's not ideal. And then this isn't new, but I just wanted to mention it because I love it so much. This is from Westman Atelier, so Gucci Westman's line, and it is her cream bronzer. Blush, and I have Chouquette, which is just their most, I think, nudie kind of natural pink. There it is there, but it's so creamy and easy to blend and so quick. It's just the best. Whereas all these more like liquid blushes, you have to really blend them and everything. This is, it's pricey, guys, but it's so worth it. It's so lovely. She does a bronzer in this and a highlighter as well, and I'm quite tempted to try those. And then the last thing is this new palette from Charlotte Tilbury. I never got one of these really glowy palettes with 4 face products in before, but this version, when I started to watch reviews, made me think, oh, this is the one that's going to work for me. This is the Nude Gasm face palette. She's got this Super Nudes collection out with a couple of lipsticks. I've ordered the lipstick that's not matte and it hasn't come yet, so I'll share that with you when it comes. So it's got Super Sculpt and Soft Sculpt. They're like contour bronzer shades, and at the top there's a shimmery highlighter and blush. It's just my colours. So I've blended these together and done here. I've used them on the eye, and then this peachy one. For a blush, it's quite glowy. You can see there that glow is all really from the blush, and then I've obviously tried on a few other things. But if you want like a neutral but glowy look, these are baked gelées made in Italy, I believe, so there's no dustiness. They are much, much more luxurious feeling. I will say, I like this, by the way, but they are much more luxurious feeling powders than you get in here. So I wanted to try one of those, and I am not disappointed at all. Sorry to rush the end, but I'm just aware that I'm going to be late to pick up my kid and I've got to go and wash my hand. But I will list all these products, but I'm just loving them, and I'm finding doing my makeup a real pleasure in the morning using these. I'm going for this sort of glowy tan no makeup thing at the minute, and I'm well into it. See you soon, and as I said, all the products will be linked. Bye guys.